Hey, good morning, my people. Hopefully, the sound is okay. I am saying good morning to you from Honduras. I'm using my laptop here. It's, how is the sound? Anybody can let me know in the chat. Let me go ahead and say good morning, Robert. Ozzy in the house. Where you been, man? Where you been hiding? Uh, Cat Renee, welcome to the chat. I'm looking at my phone for comments because my laptop is too small to look at everything. But yes, good morning, everybody. Um, let's see if our sister Trinity gets the message. Brian, good morning. Okay, good. We have some. Now my somebody was one of the libtards was making fun of my PlayStation 5 headphones. Well, guess what? That's what I'm using on my laptop. I always use them. Comfortable. It is what it is. I love it. I will they actually just get the earpieces on. For now, this is going to have to do. We'll tell you right now in Honduras, was raining a little bit last night. Um, Pretty comfortable. It's about 70 something degrees, I think. And today I get to be here by myself all day. Uh, so thank you guys for joining me. Honduras coffee. Oh, yeah. So I wonder, my sleep schedule is all messed up. All right, brother. Okay, I forgive you. I forgive you. Let's see. Well, we get a subscriber already. I haven't even started saying anything yet. I don't have any restrictions um, on the chat, so if you guys are moderators, Robert, be nice. Let the comments fly. Just remember, no hateful stuff. Ozzy, if you're gonna hang around for a little bit, I'll make you moderator for today here, just to see if we can have a little bit of control. And Brian, of course, is already a moderator. Um, so, good morning, guys. Happy Monday, all the way down from Central America. I guess my American passport worked. It worked, and everything was smooth. I'll tell you what, though, man, I got no sleep. Oh, yesterday, as soon as we landed here, we got on the plane, um, went to have lunch. And then I went straight to the mall, uh, a SIM card so that I can have internet on my phone. Right now, I'm at the house, so I'm okay. They have Wi-Fi here. Seems to be pretty good, I think. So I don't think I'm going to have any problem doing lives from here. When we are traveling, I probably won't have that many lives. For you guys, I'm going to be making some videos. If I have enough signal, I'd rather go live and just show you right there. Maybe I can. answer some questions you guys may have at that time. Uh, but let me see who else is getting in here. If you are just getting in here, just drop a comment down in the line below here. Um, how you doing, Jeffrey? I'm doing, man. I'm doing fantastic. I tell you what, I'm back in my country of birth, and I am just excited to be here. You guys don't understand the feeling. It's when I come to Honduras, and even when I'm sharing with the people right on the chat, when I tell people that I want to live here, they don't believe me. They think it's, I say that because I live in the States, and I never had to live here. But there is something that happens, when I'm in the plane, and I'm getting close, to Honduras. You start seeing the coastal line, and then you start getting into the mainland. There's something special about it, and it kind of brings it to where, like, this is where I was born, you know, and I think that's what makes it special to me. I can explain it to people. Um, that's what makes it very special to me. It's like I'm coming home, and even though I know that the everybody, all of you guys welcome me in the United States, and even on the welcoming U.S. Citizen Almanac also tells me that every American welcomes me with open arms, despite of what some people on the left tell us, what they're hating on me because I have followed the law all the way from the beginning, became a resident, and then became an American citizen. Once I knew that I was ready to be a citizen of this country, so that does make me feel special. If people don't like that, that's okay. But I hope that everybody tries to follow that example. I know I'm all the way down here in Central America, but it seems like everything in the same thing. The politics are still the same thing. Everything about Greenland. Some people don't want it. Some people don't understand it. Um, I understand it, and I have my questions about it. If you have any questions about Greenland, let me know. I'll try to follow your comments on the phone here, okay? Didn't bring my glasses. Dang it, I left them in my room. Um, Dupinder, welcome, Dupinder. I see you. Saw somebody else in here. Who was it? Hey, Scott, I see you, brother. I thought I saw somebody else's name on here. Welcome, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get into this topic. And know, as a migrant, I can tell you this. I would like to think I am the voice for the migrant community, and I'm also voice for American migrants. Let me tell you a little something about myself. Most of you guys know I'm almost a half a century old. Not June, I'll be 50 years old. I'm very proud of that. I feel like I have learned a lot. Know everything. Every day I'm still learning something new. But I am very proud to have become an American citizen. I know that our country is in turmoil, so to speak. And, you know, if we don't speak up with truth, love, I think that, you know, we will get lost, you know. And I will tell you this work, I've worked since I was 15 years old. And everything that I have learned, from doing dishes all the way to managing a company, I can tell you that one of the most important aspects that I have found in work, it's a relationship with employees and relationship with customers, also relationship with owners. And what I mean by that, well, the owners, they invest, sacrifice a lot, they put a lot of their money in. Some of them, they inherit millions and they start companies themselves, or they continue companies themselves. I'm not a person that hates on people that are prosperous. Okay, just off the bat, just so you know. I can tell you this: I have been an employee, I have been a manager, I have been in between. I can tell you this: if there's something that I have learned, this: I am proud of the company that I work for. Um, Give me a second. I'll read the comments in a little bit, okay? If I can tell you something, it's that being an employee, um, I learned that I have needs. I need to get money. I want to be able to work overtime. I want to get my raises on time. I want to be able to, grow in the company. And, is as much as I want fair wages, as a manager, I also know there is a budget. And as a manager, I know that I have to make money for the boss, for the owners. Reason why they created a company is so that they can create wealth. By creating wealth, able to maintain employees and give better benefits and so on and so forth. And so, with that being said, I know that in order for the business to flow, in order for the business to grow, we need to please customers. We're going to give them everything they want? No, because the customer is not always right. I've always believed that's a bullshit line that the salespeople use, and I don't think so. I think sometimes the customer is wrong. And so I have learned to try to keep a balance. I want to keep employees happy. I also want to keep the customers happy so that in the all overall, actual owners of the company are benefiting. Don't get too confused because I will explain the reason why I say that. That is because in the United States of America, we have Americans. Americans are, say, I'm going to put you guys, I want to put you guys as the boss, as the owners of this country. Well, let's just say employees of this country, okay? Employees of this country. The country is the owner, okay? This is the company that we work for. I think that as a migrant, right, will be an employee. Okay, I wanna be part of the employees of the United States of America, but I also want to make sure that foreign relations are also good with us. Any person that comes here to this country, that migrates to this country, follows the law. What do I mean by that? So you guys have already heard, the famous saying, right? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what your country can do, what you can do for your country. I feel that that's very important, and it's a migrant, okay, that comes in with a mentality that I know what is good for the country, but I also know what is good for the people in the country. And so I try to find a median. What is that median? Median is I need to make sure that if I am going to be in this country, I am going to give some value being part of this country. A lot of people don't think about. A lot of people they just just don't care. Just come here to get what they want, and they think that that's acceptable, but it's not. See, if we allow migrants to come here illegally, or just we just don't vet migrants at all, they don't want to come and help this country. What's the point of having them? Okay, now I'm going somewhere with this. You know, um, a lot of people don't appreciate the privilege of being able to have a visa to come to this country. They don't appreciate the privilege of becoming a resident than a citizen. It's always the same thing. I've asked a couple of people here, that have encountered, when I asked them what do they think about Trump, and they were just they're hopeful. They hope that relationship within Honduras and the United States becomes better because of Trump, and the president just got into office. We're hoping for good relations. But in the United States, as many illegal immigrants don't like me, call me a traitor and a sellout and all of this stuff. I find it interesting that I come here and I talk to the people, family and friends, that come and talk to them about it. And yes, there was one or two people that were concerned that Trump was too bully. That's what they said, too bully. And I said, well, his job is to protect the country. What do we do here in Honduras? They said, okay, yeah, you got a point. Okay, exactly. Let's not play stupid. Okay, you have to be honest with yourself. You can't be honest with yourself. You'll never understand what a purpose in your life is. So that's the main thing. So when people call me a traitor, sellout, in the United States of America, I think that they don't know me. Number one. Number two, don't care about this country. It's many people from third world countries. They leave their countries because they don't want to have that life anymore. So they leave because they don't want to have that life anymore. Why are they trying to make that life the country where they live at? Where they move to. It tells me that the problem is not the country. The problem is the people. And you can tell the good people from the bad people, because good people will respect the law. People will respect their neighbor, will not be abusive. They will not try to take advantage of somebody, and they are just gonna push to being good friend material, right? Or in this case, we want to be a good citizen material. I'll tell you, I got a lot of pride when I've read the documents. They told me that making the oath to the United States of America was the highest honor and privilege. It really truly is. And for people to not appreciate that, I think it's a damn shame. And with that long introduction, I'm going to go ahead and read some of these comments here before my eyes go blurry. Let me see. AC says, Ozzy, thank you for putting all those emojis. Appreciate you. Cool Cat says, the Somalis are still being investigated. I tried to send them millions of dollars out of the country. I think he meant try. They tried. AC says, I was telling my dad about you. You had the biggest nopal on your forehead and can be detained by ICE at any minute. I was able to travel to Honduras, nopal. Let's see, detained by ICE at any minute. I hope you get sent to the detention. Guy is Lear, the Leering Center. Doesn't know how to write in English. Like, let's see. They will look at your papers and say they fake. Well, they look at my papers at the Miami International Airport and in Honduras, and they said the American passport is legit. So, boo hoo. Telling you that. Go tell your dad that. Okay? To your dad about my passport and tell them that the passport is legit. 'Cause you don't have to hide it anymore from your dad and be like, dang, awesome guy, Dennis was right about everything. Was not lying about his American passport. Oh boy, I tell you, just gets old. Let's see, Ozzy's already correcting you, okay? Scott said, hi, Brian, God bless. Greg says Donald J. Trump 2028. Come on, guys. It's not being abusive to the elder. Let him finish his term and let him go have fun with his family. Let him golf, I say. Let him golf. Trump will easily win a fourth time. I think that he could win a third time. Larry says he is only in his second term. Trump is dumb. Oh, Larry. Larry, Larry, Larry. Another graduate from the Leering Center. I'm not even going to read Hammerman. This guy never puts anything positive in here, nothing helpful. So Hammerman is just ignored by me. Don't worry about his comments. Mitchell Burgess says, "I will fight for Greenland versus American soldiers." When Mitchell, one small bomb and your whole civilization is done. You understand that? You guys can get wiped out like this. Done. So be careful with your words. That's not what we're trying to do. Lefties use words, but they don't know what they mean. And that is because they graduated from the Leering Center. These people never leer. They just never leer. And hey, guys, welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show. All the way from Honduras, Central America, just to show you guys. Can you believe this, guys? I have to travel to Honduras just to prove I love being in this country, that my passport, my American passport, like they hate that, don't they? Why are you guys so jealous? People work hard, make money. Why are you so jealous of migrants that follow the law, become citizens? Why are you so jealous? Why don't you go out there, get yourself some money? Why don't you go work legally? Go work extra hours, save up, invest, get some money. I get it. If you choose to do a nonprofit, okay, whatever. You still make money. But why don't you, if you want to become an American citizen, why don't you follow the law? then get through all the steps and then become an American citizen. Then you can be proud of it. And then you can join me and tell the world if you want to migrate to the United States of America, you got to do it the legal way. And that is the only right way to migrate to any country. Peace. All right. I'm glad you guys understand. Let's see. Robert says, I'm starting to smell some transtifia in the chat. Darren says Trump don't care if you are good. I don't care if you don't care that he cares, and I care that he doesn't care that I'm good. Keep leering at the leering center, and you will never grow. Let's see what else do we got. Um, Nobody in the government ever has cared about individuals. I beg to differ. I think Mike Johnson has been housing veterans, and I think that that shows that they care. Let's see. Dennis Herrera, are you MAGA? Even the question is done, my friend. This is MAGA Nation. Absolutely 100% MAGA. You know what MAGA stands for? It doesn't mean Trump. It means make America great again. You say, when was America great? When the American dream was achievable by Americans and when illegal immigrants were not taking away wealth of this country. That's when America was great. And we're starting to see some of that greatness coming back. My friends, salud. I don't have my Dennis Herrera mug here. By the way, Robert, you will be. Oh wait, no, that's Trinity. Trinity would be so proud of me. I'm drinking my coffee without creamer and without sugar. Real mint coffee now. Sometimes I gotta have that flavor. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have the flavor. Because coffee is not sweet. It's not. Let's say it. It's just coffee. It's just coffee. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. What let me send a message to Trinity. See if she can get on. I feel like I've been abusing her. I feel so bad. Trinity is so helpful with everything. We are live, sis. Let's see if she responds. Let's see if we get her in there. We need Trinity in the chat. She is the sunshine of my life. Yeah, you got that? Yeah, she's the sunshine of my life. My wife is the sunshine of my life. A little different. Let's see. Harry, let's see what do we got here. Just how look, MAGA is Trump. I am Utah Republican. Nope, MAGA. It's Ronald Reagan slogan. That makes America great again is not Trump, my friends. Oh, I support Trump 100%. That's what you're trying to get to. Let's see. Nicholas says, I did it the right way. Nicholas, congratulations, brother. You make every American proud. I tell you that right now. And as a migrant that became an American citizen, I am also proud of you. Just remember this, as hard as it was for you to get it, always protect the immigration laws. Never, never give in to this emotional state of feeling guilty for people that don't follow the law. Never do that. Okay, everybody needs to know their place. This country is not mandatory to grab every illegal immigrant. This country has the right to defend itself against anybody, deny entry anybody that they want to deny entry to. Remember that. I am not going to force myself in your house. You will never allow me to come into your house and eat all your food and destroy all the resources that you have and make your house look like garbage. You will always defend your family because your house because your family lives there. You know what I'm saying? You can have one more person live with you. Sure. Can we have three more people in the living room? Sure. But you know what? At some point, it starts suffocating life out of that room. That is not what we want. Okay. So always remember that. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let me see. Let me read another comment here for you guys. And I do have some videos to show you. I hope I don't mess that up because in the laptop it's so small. My eyes are getting really bad. I'm jealous of Trump. He doesn't use glasses. Son of a yada. Mitchell says, show your birth certificate and passport. You illegal. I'll tell you what, my friend. He says Barry. That's for the Brits. Tea okay, but not today. I'm a coffee drinker. Let's see. Why does MAGA change mind when Trump does? I don't think so. I think Trump is doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Any criminal can be eyes. We'll probably give you a little bit on that. Maybe, see, I don't think they need more training. I think that the people who need training is the American citizens, the migrants that live in this country. Well, live in the United States of America. You know why? Because they don't know what the First Amendment right is. They don't know what peaceably, peaceably, peaceably assembly means. Protest. They don't know what peaceably means. Peaceably means peacefully. It's very simple. I don't understand. Americans, all these people that are on the streets right now, they need to be trained. They need to be disciplined. I'll tell you something right now. If I was already governor, I would be arresting every single one of these mofos. Do not follow instructions from the ICE agent. Every single one of them. The freedom of speech, we can talk about that because you have that. You do not have the right to impede and obstruct justice. When they're coming in to pick up a rapist, a child molester, a murderer, a thief, fraudster, you need to stay the hell out of the way. You need to leave an open space of perimeter for safety, not just for you, for the victim, for the felon or the victim. You can call it that way, and the ICE agents for everybody's safety. Stay the hell out of the way. You're on the sidewalk. Get away from federal agents. They are law enforcement, and you got to respect them. Whether you like it or not is irrelevant. So yes, right now, governors, mayors are destroying our state, or the blue states and blue cities. A lot of red states that have blue cities are verily hanging on. You guys know all these blue cities and blue states are a piece of junk. Not that they're not beautiful, it's the government. Democrats keep destroying it. I never thought that I would say that about Democrats because I used to be a Democrat. People don't understand that. I do pick a side, and what people don't understand is like, you can just call yourself American. That's it. Forget about parties. Think who is fighting to protect American citizens and who is fighting to protect criminals. That's how you got to look at it. And I'm going to show you a couple of clips. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you a couple of clips, and I'm going to tell you how I see things. See, Democrats on the left, if you go through your feed, of shorts and go in there, you're going to find some guys that are on the left. And it's just like they have no room. You know how we say that we want everybody, right? We don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. We just want people to line up right in the middle, and that we want to work together. But you can't say you're a Republican or a Democrat because even though you probably are a loyalist to the party, you're not being American. You need to be American. Understand that? You don't have to be a crib or a blood. You got to be an American citizen, law abiding. It's just I find it very, very interesting that people just play the victim. It's like in the black community, is always this whole slavery. They just never stop saying that. Like, bro, get off that man, get off of that bad horse, man. You need to let go. You know, I say it many times. You guys complain about this slavery time. You don't hear me calling every day for you guys to give us reparations for all the criminalities that black people commit in this country. Oh, in the United States of America. I still think I'm in the United States of America. Hispanics, they're starting to learn to call out this race card. Oh, you just pulled me over because I'm brown. Now, basically, pull you over because you're speeding. Pull you over because your license plate is expired. Pull you over because your tail lights are out. Every little thing that they pull you over for, there's a reason for it. If they give me a ticket because of my expired tab, okay, hey, listen, that was my responsibility. Even though I don't agree with tabs for the state, it's still bullshit, I think, especially when they tax the crap out of you for something that has nothing to do with your tabs. That you can tell I'm a little bit upset about that. But you know what? At the end of the day, the leftists, they have no room to meet in the middle. That's a fact. No room. They are convinced that the lies that they have been told over and over and over and over again, they believe that is the fact. It's very unfortunate. I'll give you simple examples. Venezuela. Venezuela. Most of Venezuelans are celebrating. Very few who are getting paid. Okay, let's be clear. That are getting paid or are stupid enough to not care for the freedom of the people are out there on Maduro's side. Most Venezuelan, over 90% of Venezuelans, are happy with what Trump is doing. Are they a little bit skeptical with what's going on? Sure. You know what? I get it. I want Maria Machado to go to be the vice president of that country. I want them to be in power. But you have to understand something, and this is something that the left is for some reason it's hard for some people to do. I need you to stop this left and right. I need you to be in the middle. Okay? Don't be too far on the right. Don't be too far on the left. Meet me in the middle. Start using your common sense and say, okay, what is the best way to move forward for the Venezuelan people? You have to understand this. I know Maria Machado already knows, so I don't have to explain it to her. I would love to have a sit down with her too. You know what I'm saying? I would love to sit down with Maria Machado, just have a conversation and be like, well, but this is what's happening. Oh my God, that would be so awesome. But you know what? Let me tell you this. Okay. So you have a regime, Venezuela, have an army, have the most powerful army? No. We destroy them? Absolutely. You spit at them and they die. The thing is, there's so much destruction comes with attack, with war. We don't want because we want Venezuelans to be able to rise fast. We don't want to rebuild the whole country. It will take forever, and they will probably never recover because in the future, when the new communist leader comes in, the country's just going to go right back to shit. So we have to do this fast. The best way to do it is okay. Let the people in charge right now be in charge, but we want to make sure that prisoners are freed. We don't want to start a war with them. We don't want to go do any more preventive strikes or anything like that with them. We want to make sure that Venezuela gets their prisoners freed to the nation. And I'm talking about political opposition for Nicolas Maduro, because those are the ones that are in prison. And I know Venezuela needs to have them out, okay? We also need to encourage Venezuelans to go back home. We need to go back home. So no more Venezuelans illegal in this country, the United States of America. There's a lot of Venezuelan illegals here in Honduras. They're out there in the middle of the street, and watch, I'm going to record them for you. They're out there in the middle of the street with a Venezuelan flag, begging for money. And I'm just thinking, bro, listen, I understand, hard times. I understand. Guys, come on. Just look, this is what I do for a living. Okay. Do my investigation here. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a journalist like that I will go out and ask questions. Hey, so what do you think about this? Oh, hey, can you answer this? And I'm not that kind of reporter. I'm not a reporter at all, actually. Okay. Podcaster. That's what I do. I tell the truth. And I try to interpret anything that the left or the right says and try to see who is telling the truth. How do I know that? I put the facts together. What's best for the people? What's harming the people? We should know those simple answers to those complicated questions. It's common sense. It's one of the things that we always say is common sense. But anyway, Venezuelans need to wait. Need to wait. Chelsea right now, he is comfortable. He thinks everything is great with the United States of America. And the way, it's the way it should be. We need to get all these prisoners out. Once everybody is out, listen, I believe there's another year or so, I think, on the term, and they're going to have another voting. Democracy is what we want for Venezuela to have. And when the time is right, the people will get to choose again. See, right now is hearsay, right? You got to make sure that there's some facts. Even though she got the votes and all this stuff, it needs to re-happen, if that's the word. It needs to happen again. Okay, the people need to say, okay, you know what? We still love her. We still want her. Now that the president of the United States has given us some rules and things to follow, We know that they're going to have our back against anybody that tries to destroy Venezuela. Isn't that a wonderful thing? I think Europe's doing a big mistake by trying to stay away from the friendship with the United States of America. I think Canadians are effing up. I think Canadians are throwing a good thing away. You have people that could become allies with us, and it would be the best thing for them. I want to give you this. I'm going to jump into Greenland right away. Okay. You guys understand Venezuela. Venezuela, it has to be the way it is. Eventually, Venezuela is going to have what Venezuela is going to have. It will have what they want. Okay. But it needs time. It needs to go on a certain speed. You can't just rush into this, into that. No, no, no. It needs to make sense. It has to be done right. Now, with Greenland, here's where we go with Greenland. Okay. First of all, I think a lot of people out there, and maybe even President Trump, might be wrong about the way he's going on about Greenland. You say, "Whoa, Dennis, I thought you were pro-Trump, and I thought uh, you were MAGA, and all this other stuff." But you again, common sense with logic. A lot of people out there, they don't know what is the benefit for having an American territory? What is a benefit, an advantage, or disadvantage if they become American citizens? I always put the example of American Samoa. American Samoa, they're not citizens. Now, some have chosen to be citizens, but that's a different thing. That's just like me migrating, becoming an American citizen. That's different. But in American Samoa, they still keep their culture, their local government. See, we don't vote for their government. We vote for their own government. They vote for their high chief. They vote for the chiefs. Vote for the governor, lieutenant governor. But this is not American governors like here, like in the States. It's just a territory, which means they're just governors or presidents per se of their island. Okay, same thing can happen with Greenland. Now remember this: American territories, they get benefits such as Social Security, get welfare, they get health care. So they get those three essential things that are benefits of any country. Okay, sorry, not every country, any territory that becomes part of the United States of America. With Greenland, Denmark has been a piece of shit to Greenlanders. Okay, let's just throw that out there. It's been really bad with Greenlanders. Okay, I can tell you that a lot of Greenlanders are sick and tired of Denmark. This is why a lot of people in Greenland, it's only 56, 57,000 people in there. Nonetheless, you got to remember this, that the evil people will always try to bribe, that the good people will always try to incentivize. What is the incentive that we have? And I think that the President Donald Trump, because he hasn't been very clear with how he's trying to acquire Greenland, by force, yeah, Greenland can't stand a chance, okay? Greenland can't stand a chance. We know that. And Denmark trying to defend them? Please get out of here. Get out of here with that. Like what, 40 something military power in the on the in this world? They'll be taken out. Okay? They'll be taken out. Okay. So I don't think Denmark can do anything to stop us anyway. Okay? So that being said, I think that if China, for whatever reason in the future, China decided that they were going to go and invade Greenland, by the time the Chinese go in there and invade Greenland for themselves, it'll be too late to make a deal with us. No, you effed it up. You effed it up already. We were giving you a chance. We gave you a chance before it was too late. And you decided to say no. You're proud of being a Greenlander. Nobody says that you have to be American. Okay? So if President Trump is trying to make it a state, I think it's stupid. It shouldn't be a state, number one. It should be a territory. The territory means they are going to be. Sorry, I'm not reading comments, guys. The comments are on my phone. I'm looking at here at the cameras. I'm looking at you. Okay. So if you're making comments, apologize. They have to be a territory. We can give them. Listen, same thing that we're giving American Samoans. We give them their independence. They are still Greenlanders. They can practice their culture. But Now they're going to be our territory, meaning they're going to become nationals. Nationals is just that. You are part of our nation. You're not American. You're a national, means that you are part of the nation. And then you get your free healthcare. We can afford that for 57,000 people. Free healthcare. You get some welfare if you need it, right? For whatever reason, there's no money coming in. Okay, you get some welfare, and you get some assistance, Social Security. There you go. You get a benefit. You can do taxes. You do taxes, you get tax returns. Right? And I mean, all those benefits go in with an American territory. Now, this is just the example I'm giving you because I know what happens in American territory. And if every American territory is that way, I think it's phenomenal. I think that Greenlanders will be taken care of a lot better than Denmark. By the way, they will have the most powerful military force on earth have their back. They don't have to worry about invasions. Anybody dares to invade Greenland, we will blow them out of the water and the sky. Simple, very simple. Let's be clear. NATO, NATO isn't jack squat without the United States of America. Let's take a look. What has NATO done to keep China in check against the Philippines, against Taiwan, against Japan? What has NATO done to keep China away from those lands? Nothing. What did NATO do to free the Venezuelan people from Nicolas Maduro? Nothing. What has NATO done to free all the people that are enslaved in Africa? Nothing. See, NATO hasn't done jack squat for anybody in the world. See, they get paid to provide a service, and that service only goes so far and so long. We, the American people, we know, and I'm not talking about the libtards. I'm talking about Americans that actually know that peace comes through strength, who believes in the military, who believes in the power of the United States of America. Let me be clear, power is only possible because God is on our side, because this country is still a Christian country by majority. So we are very blessed and we are protected and guided by the hand of God. But that doesn't mean that we are free of sin. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be calamities and destruction and atrocities and bad things happening in our country. Because let's be honest, a lot of people give themselves into evil thoughts, into evil doings. So we find ourselves in this predicament. Okay, well, you say you're a Christian, but wait a minute. But you're cursing. You use too many bad words. Well, I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. Christian meaning that I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that Christ is the Son of God and He is my Lord and Savior. He has forgiven me for my sins. And He is the reason why I'm alive today. And He is the reason why I live. He is the only reason why I can have a chance to have a relationship with the Father God, which whom our sin has separated us from. So I am very aware of that. Am I going to be perfect? No, we will never be perfect. Do I have to try every single day be more and more like Jesus? Sure, of course. But you know what? We live in the flesh. We are not as strong as Jesus Christ. So we're going to fail many times. We're going to fail on purpose? No. That means you never repented. So that means you never were saved. That means that you will never go to heaven. And if you actually try, if you really are trying, be good, there's a chance for you to reach out to Jesus Christ, and everything is all good. That's what it means to be a Christian. See, we are the saints, as Bob Carlyle sings on his song. We are the saints that fall down and get up. What an inspiring, amazing song from Bob Carlyle. I recommend that you guys look it up. It's an oldie, 90s, I believe. It's a very good song. It's very inspirational. Anyway, so going back to Greenland, why is it important to acquire Greenland? Everybody knows it's important to acquire Greenland for a defensive, strategic, geopolitical, political location. I think is what it's called. I'm sorry, guys. I never use these words in English, um, but we need Greenland. Period. And I don't like it. Listen, I am I am with everybody that doesn't want President Trump to acquire Greenland. I am with them in the one sense that I understand why. Okay, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to just say, okay, we want that land. Okay, we want that land, and we want that. I get it. It doesn't look good, but you have to understand something. Just because we have been friends with them for over 200 years or whatever it is, it doesn't mean It is safe. Just keep it at that. We need actual ownership. You understand? We need actual ownership because that will give us everything we need. There will be no questions about it. Let me see. Oh, Trinity. I just got your message, Trinity. Good morning, sis. Love you. Missed you so much. I'm glad you're in here. I haven't read the comments on my phone. Stay in focus. I know you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but things change, and even though it seems like it's not right that they shouldn't be doing that, I think at the time that we live in today, with everything that we have seen, with communists trying to take over the world, with Muslim extremists trying to take over the world, we have to look out for ourselves. The reason why I support the United States of America looking out for themselves is because Honduras depends on the United States of America. I know you guys, some of the people on here will probably not believe this, but Mexico depends on the United States of America. Canadians depend on the United States of America. They don't understand why they depend on the United States of America, but that's because they're ignorant. They're not stupid, ignorant, meaning that they don't know of some things that we know. It doesn't make them stupid. The example is not to insult Mexicans or Canadians or anybody else. You have to understand, out of everything that we have seen in history, regardless if you agree with it or not, everybody in the world wants to come to the United States of America for one reason only. It's the greatest country in the world. They can say, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. I can tell you this. I am in Honduras, and for those members, I promise you, you're going to get some strictly for members only content. Okay. So when I go out, if I have good reception, I'll go live and show you guys live wherever I'm at. Not, I will put the video together and just give you guys access for that. So for those of you who have come into my chat and I said, thank you for the likes. Don't forget to double tap that screen on the mobile device if you haven't done so. Subscribe, and if you can, become a member. I'm a member. You support me every month, and I appreciate it. I will be able to have these cups of coffee when I am traveling to a different location, especially here in Honduras. I know a lot of you guys ask me for a Cash App. I am so pissed that I cannot have a Cash App. I will figure out one day how to get one. But I don't have Cash App. I only have PayPal. I know Bubba. When Bubba comes on, he's the only one that actually uses the PayPal. I don't know why, but he's the only one. And for the rest of you guys who put super chats on there, thank you so much for that. Of course, that helps. Just know about this that YouTube does take 30% of that. Okay? So as much as I love you guys for doing that, don't stop. But if you have a way to do a PayPal, that will actually be more beneficial to myself. Okay. And I want you to know this. It's not about the money. Okay. If you guys are entertained, if you guys appreciate my channel, then I'm just going to say thank you so much for subscribing. Okay. I want to say thank you so much for your support. But if for whatever reason, if I had to go back to a 7 to 4 job, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And maybe I will do this in the afternoon. I just want you to know it's not the same. When I wake up in the morning, start listening to the news, any ideas that I come up with, if I am in a regular job, I can't do anything about it. Right. So when I come over here, I want to be able to say hello to every single one of you guys. I want to show you that I appreciate you, right? That I love every single one of you guys that comes through here. But it's you need time. You need a lot of time, and there's not enough hours in the day for me to do everything. Okay, so thank you for being in here. Now, with that, let's go ahead and close up on this Greenland. And Greenland is going to have lots of benefits if they become a territory, not a state, a territory of the United States of America. I think Denmark should just give it up. They're not really they threaten. Listen, when Denmark doesn't, when Greenlanders don't want to do what Denmark says, what Denmark says is, you know what, we're going to take away your benefits if you don't do this. They have them, and I've heard this from Greenlanders. Okay, there's people that have been interviewing Greenlanders. They threaten to take away their benefits. Let me tell you how wrong that is. Okay, almost like a communist. And I don't know if Denmark is a communist. I haven't looked at it. I should. Somebody put it in the comment in here. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody can tell me on here um, if Denmark is a communist country or a liberal country. I will read some comments in a little bit. Okay, be patient, but I will try to see if you guys can tell me that. Um, what do they do? So they give them free healthcare. That's fantastic. You say that's fantastic. What happens when the government gives you free healthcare? When the people don't want to do what they tell them to do, threaten to take away that benefit. You know what it is? They get you hooked up on a benefit. You depend on it so bad. You have made it part of your life. You have become a person that believes this benefit is very essential for your life, but you can't live without it. Then what I do is when you don't want to do, you're mad liberals. Okay, well, we see it here. We see it here, right? So when they don't do what Denmark tells them, they threaten that they're going to take those benefits away. The same thing that happens here in the United States. Well, I still think I'm in the United States. I promise you, I'm in Honduras. I don't know if you can see that. No, it's too bright. It's too bright. All right. I was going to say, I don't think we have coconut trees in the United States of America. Not in Washington, at least. Not in Washington, where I'm from. But anyway, so Democrats, we have seen the failure of being dependent on the government. Okay. You don't believe me? Well, here, I'm going to ask you a question. What happened? What happened when Democrats shut down the government? Who was the people that were panicking the most? I'm telling you, common sense is not for everybody because too many people leer at the leering center. But a lot of us, we actually got some real knowledge and information. We actually use critical thinking to make up our comments, to make up our minds. Can we be wrong? Absolutely. We're not perfect. What's wrong with you? Everybody makes mistakes. I want to ask you a question. What happened? What happened when the Democrats shut down the government? Who suffered the most? Was the people independent? Didn't need the healthcare from the government? Were those people affected? No. Was the people that actually have enough money to buy their own food? Were they affected? No. Was anybody that was not depending on the government ever affected by the government shutdown? No. Most likely, those people are conservatives. They're Republicans. They are on this channel. Most of those people. I can tell you, of course, it's nice to have a benefit. I need healthcare. Why shouldn't I have state healthcare? Why not? I'm an American citizen. That's what the benefits are for. I talk to Trinity about this kind of stuff. Well, of course, Americans should get their Social Security. Americans should get help with food. Americans should get healthcare. Do we want free healthcare for everybody? No. Why, Dennis? Why not? Come on. Why can't we get? Because people abuse it when it's free. Then, if we start depending on the government for all those things, we are not independent on ourselves. And when the government shuts down, we're going to have to pay the price. Is that a bad thing? Probably, maybe, maybe not. Now, what I would say this if I am depending on the government to give me free health care and the government shuts down, I'm not going to go and bitch about it because it was my choice to depend on the government health care. Does that make sense? Yes, some people are entitled. They feel like, oh, it's my right, and oh, they owe it to me. You can say all that stuff if you want. That's fine. You know what I'm saying is that it's better off to be off, it's better off to be independent. You know, when I start making more money, man, you know what? I'm going to choose to go whatever I want and get whatever I need. I'm not going to be dependent on the government at all. At all. That is not the goal. It should never be the goal in your life to be dependent on the government or anything. Okay. With that being said, Greenland will benefit. Absolutely. 100% Greenland will benefit from becoming a territory of the United States of America. Remember this, they are not trading Greenlander culture. They're not trading that at all. What they're doing is they're switching their partner. Denmark out, the United States of America is in. Greenlanders will remain forever Greenlanders. Nobody's taking their rights away. If anything, we're going to promise them more security, and we're not going to be threatening them like Denmark, take away their benefits if they don't do what we say. Okay? That being said, that's Greenland in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and I want to share something here from my X account. Now, we're going to listen to this girl right here. Let me see.
In Minneapolis right now near the.
So I want you to listen to this. The reason why I'm playing why I'm going to play the videos that I'm going to play. You know what? I'm also going to do this. I'm going to share. I'm going to share LFR's introduction video. And if you guys see that small win, I apologize. I can't extend it because, matter of fact, I guess it would be a good test to expand. Let me see what it looks like if I expand this completely. First, let me share my desktop window here. See how this looks. This is a perfect example, perfect testing opportunity. Here we go. All right, so that's my window. Let me see if it takes it away when I enlarge full screen. Take a look at that. So this right now, this is covering my whole screen on the laptop, and I don't know if it's gonna. Let me see what it does to the actual live. That's like a 10-second delay, so I gotta watch like with you guys what happens. So let me see what happens when I make this. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so you still see the camera. Okay, 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 fantastic. All right, so this is just the beginning of the video. Okay, I don't want to steal his content. I'm sure he worked hard for this one. So listen to this right here real quick. Just an introduction video.
According to a federal complaint, agents were executing a warrant for 39-year-old Roberto Carlos. These images show the officer's hand in the vehicle. In this video, you can see the driver take off, the agent hanging from the car.
Holy crap.
300 feet.
Oh my God.
We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
Bitch! You fucking coward! You a fucking coward! Nobody motherfucker, you trying to take that?
So you see, this is what people do on the left. They want to go protest these people. And you and I, we already know who they're arresting. They're going out there. If they come into somebody's house, they got some dirt on that person. Now, you know what I mean by dirt, right? If you graduated from the Leering Center, you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, let me go ahead and read some comments here before we jump to my X account. Let me take a look at some of these comments. Let me go up a little bit. Let's see. We're gonna ignore 6789. Muds, get rid of guys that get on the chat just to insult me. I don't appreciate that. But everybody else, if they have, even if it's a negative constructive criticism, it's okay. That's okay. But people that act stupid, like 6789, he says he can't understand my English. Come on, come on, man. Don't play stupid games. My man says communism is socialism that ran out of other people's money. Yeah, I agree. We already established that the new socialism is communist, Marxist, socialist. It's now the new socialism includes all three of those ideologies. Let's see. Richard says, Lunchbox, look up the definition of socialism and communism. They are different. Oh, people. Oh, my God. This guy. And then he decides to put low IQ much. Richard. Richard Isaacs, graduate 2025 from the Leering Center. This guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, Darren Collier says, is that ice outside of your house? They made it all the way to Honduras. Be very impressed. I am not in the USA, my friend. Let's see, what's the road to fascism? Democrats. Sister Trinity says at Jet Girl, full on socialism doesn't work. It's correct. I agree with some. Never has. We have social programs funded by capitalism. Socialism doesn't work unless you have capitalism. Capital at all. That's the only way to make it work and keep your freedoms. All on socialism leads to communism. Oh, in insults, says the CS. Darren says, why are they masked? Well, by now, I'm surprised that people still ask that. You know what I'm saying? Why would you ask that? You know that some people are actually targeted? Well, some people are actually targeted. Ducks is what they call them, right? And sometimes they go undercover. Would you think they want to cover their face? They do undercover work. You put their face all over the internet. That's stupid. They stop asking dumbass questions. You see everybody else with the ICE, police, HSI, DSI, they do all this stuff. They have their uniforms on. You're still asking, why don't you remove your mask? Shut the hell up. Why don't you remove your mask? That's stupid questions. I'm sorry, I got to go tough on you because nobody's been able to go tough on you for some reason. Let me put this over here so you guys can see my face when I'm reading. Let's see. Yeah, socialism and fascism walking hand in hand. That's right, Lunchbox. You say something right in there. Not one maggot could pass a seventh grade civics course. Oh, Sharon. Well, why don't we go ahead and do a question? Sharon, go ahead. Put a question in there that you think that we won't pass. Now, I know you have to go Google the question, but go ahead and tell me. Here, let me see. Let me ask a question here, Sharon. Give me an answer to this. If I become a resident of this the United States of America, is that a permanent thing? Can I lose it? Do I have to behave a certain way? Do I got to meet certain requirements? Why can tell me that answer? No, that's more than civics, but it is part of the reason why I talk the way I talk. You guys don't know what the hell that means. Let's see. Yeah, Harry, that has nothing to do with facts, says CS. Just another lift-guard insult. All right, Darren says, we've been pulling random people off the streets, out of their cars, out of schools. Those people are not all criminals. Let me just educate some of you. If you are a resident or a citizen, part of your duties of being an American is to collaborate, make this country safer. They pull you over. They ask you if you're an American citizen. Don't play stupid like the videos that you've seen on YouTube or TikTok. Don't play stupid. Say, yes, I'm an American citizen. You have a license. Well, here's a license. So what? Let them run the information. Why don't you become part of the solution instead of being part of the problem? I don't understand. Why is it so hard? Dumb ass retard libtards are out there just making a big fuss for nothing. It's not hard to say, yes, I'm an American. Yes, here's my license. Yeah. You know why it's hard? Because you're not. Because you don't have a license. Because you have something to hide. Maybe you are a convict. Maybe you have a warrant for your arrest. Maybe you are doing something illegal and you are afraid to get caught. Those are the only people that I believe will actually try to hide their information from an ICE agent. I don't. You can have all my information. All right, let's see. My eyes are getting blurry again. If I were ICE, I would announce the crimes of every person being arrested on a loudspeaker. You know what I'm saying? Buenos dias, Thunder Loco, desde Honduras. Desde Honduras. Desde Honduras. Lear my ABD, says Alex. Alex is still learning, I guess, at the Learing Center. Good job, buddy. Hang in there. One liberal can pass a critical thinking test. Right? Common sense is just not easy for them. We got you, brother. Thank you, Trinity. Hey, you know what's crazy? I know that you guys are all over the states, right? And we don't see each other. But what's crazy is that I am here in Central America, in Honduras right now. I miss you guys. How is that possible? How can I miss you guys? I mean, I miss you when I'm over there as well, if I don't do a live every morning and afternoon. But So weird, right? I'm over here in Central America and I miss you, Patriots, on my channel. That's crazy. Shouldn't happen, but it does. I miss you guys. You guys are fantastic. I love you guys. I think it's probably because of the compliments and the support that I get from you guys. I think that's what it is. Let me see. David, people are stupid. Your English is fine. Thanks, David. David Justin. You make my accent come out. You know, Republicans are thinking of impeaching Trump. Dumbass ones, probably. It's the stupidest thing that they can do. I'm going to tell you something. We agree that most Democrats, if not all of them, most Democrats are stupid and corrupted, and they have been bought. Some Republicans, the same category. So that's what I see. All right. So that's my judgment. I know I'm right. Release the Clinton files. Ari says my English is fine, but your thinking is way off. Well, well, well. Does anybody have money? Thank you, Mr. Mikey. I love you too, brother. Thank you for saying that. Let's see, Laurie, does somebody want to call internationally? I can give you a number if you want to call internationally, all the way to Honduras. You guys want to call? Let's see, who has money to pay for an international phone call? You know what? Maybe you guys will keep it to a 2 minute maximum. I would love to hear what Laurie thinks, and I'm way off on. Let me know if you think that you can afford to make an international phone call. I will give you the number to call. Okay? Let me know on the chat. You guys don't believe me? I'll tell you what. I'll put it on here just in case you get curious enough to dial it. Let me go look it up real quick because I don't have it memorized. Let me see. Let me see. Which one's the active? Okay, here we go. So you got to do um, like this. Oh my gosh, my eyes. I'm not even going to tell you what the hell I was doing. Oh, yeah, pendejo. I was, okay, fine. I was typing it on my laptop. The laptop doesn't have a live chat. All right, let's see. 3248 9498. All right, there you go. We'll be surprised. I will be surprised if you actually dial that, but you never know. Some of you guys actually have a job. All right, we're gonna put that in there. Trinity, you can copy that number in case somebody actually wants. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pin it. Here you go. Now it's pinned. That is the phone number that I got here temporary in Honduras. If you guys want to dial it, you guys can. As a matter of fact, if you are in the States, depending on the company that you have for your cell phone business or whatever line, I believe calls to Honduras are free. So you guys can actually dial that number. And, it should be free. If you have Comcast, it's free. Free talking. Okay. All right. Let's see what else do we have on the chat here before we continue to this lady. Let's see. All right. Amelia, how are you? Hi, Dennis, mods, members, and chatters. Good to see you made it safely. Oh man, yes, 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 yes. Bending principles to adhere to one man's whims. And not bending, just using common sense, sweetheart. We have to adapt to what's happening in the world. We can't live in this world 200 years ago. We have to adapt. It's got to change. Enemies are getting smarter and like things that you don't even understand. So you don't even understand. China here. You know what? Uh, let me give you some info. First of all, let me turn on my volume on my phone in case one of you courageous people, here we go. Okay, it's good. In case one of you courageous people want to call that number that is pinned on the chat. Okay, look, China, okay, China has been acquiring land. You guys may have heard of the land, that they've been building islands, in the Pacific Ocean, from China. And what happens is when they grab this parts of the ocean and make islands for themselves, calling it a China territory, they get more access to what do you call that? Marine marital. That's marriage. Uh, Literania. What? How do you say that in English? They get more access to ocean. I don't know how you say that. You guys can correct me on that if you know the word. Okay, but this is what they've been doing. So they've been building islands, Pacific Oceans, and you can check it. You can go look it up. I'm sure that it's somewhere in Google. You can Google it up and say, islands that China is making. Okay, giving them access to more ocean, more water. Okay, and let's be nice, guys. Okay, and so they're making these islands, right? Making little, just claiming them for themselves. It's giving them more ocean. What the hell is that? What is it called? Oh, that's gonna bug me. That is gonna bug me. Let's see. What the hell is it? It's something ocean. Mary. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. Anyway, so they're building islands so they can get more ocean access, okay, or dominance or control over. I forget what the control over it means, but that's not the only thing that they're doing. They're doing things like, okay, like let me give you one example. Fiji. Fiji belongs to China. You might think, no, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. Let me take you back to Cinco de Mayo in Mexico. You know the only reason why the French, there was two other countries, but the French in specific, you know that the only reason why they came to try to take over Mexico was because of debt. Did you know that fact? Look it up. They came to take over Mexico because Mexico couldn't pay off their debt. Hmm, sounds so familiar. Where have I heard that before? Oh, that's right. That's right. It's called the Treaty of Guadalupe de Hidalgo. You guys remember that one? Look it up. Guadalupe de Hidalgo. Uh, the United States of America acquired all of the United States from Mexico because Mexicans couldn't pay their debt. Isn't that a coincidence? They couldn't pay their debt, so they sold the land to us. So we were beating the crap out of them, but that's neither here or there. Fact is, that's how they lost the land, mainly because of debt. Okay? Right now, we can take Mexico over. Yes, we can. We can destroy their whole military bases, take out the cartels, everybody, try to minimize casualties of innocent civilians. And we can own Mexico by force. Nobody wants that. We want peace. We want to be able to have neighbors that we can work with, be able to have prosperity. We want to be able to do all this and that. We are not communist. We are not trying to destroy countries. We can. We don't. Okay. China has been bugging the Philippines, has been bugging Taiwan, has been bugging Japan. China's all over the place. And here's the thing where I want to get to. Fiji is no longer Fiji land because they are so in debt with the Chinese. See, the Chinese, what they do is offer loans. They're like sharks, okay? They offer loans, and they give you more money. They give you more money. When you can't pay it off, a shark comes back to collect. What happens when you can't pay it off? I'm taking your land. We own that building. Now we own that. We own this. We own that. Western Samoa. I warned them, but of course I'm a nobody, so nobody's going to listen. I warned them. They had The Prime Minister of Western Samoa, I think it's Prime Minister of Western Samoa, made a deal with China. I think it was over $10 million. By the way, Western Samoa can afford that because they wanted to make a new airport. And then I think it was a new port for ships. So he took the money. Now they're in debt with China. When China comes to collect, they can pay, they will take over the land. That's how it works, whether you like it or not. See, excuse me, this is the loophole that China learned to use. They know by history, especially from Mexico and other areas of the country, of the world, they cannot pay their debt. They gotta give you some collateral. That is land. So Fiji, when they come to collect money from Fiji, they can never pay it back. They're screwed. And guess what China does? They have the right to take over their land. They can put any military forces, bases, or whatever they want in Fiji. Western Samoa is in danger right now. And you know what? New Zealand doesn't do jack squat. There's nothing that New Zealand can do to protect Western Samoa. So now what? Now what? You know when nobody wants to F with Puerto Rico? Because it's ours. You know when nobody messes up with the Virgin Islands, which used to be part of Greenland, I believe? Nobody does it because it's ours. Or when nobody messes with Guam, because it's ours. All of the territories that are American, they don't mess with us because they know we're going to inch them up. So I'm going to go back again to tell you why it's a benefit to get Greenland to become a territory of the United States of America. There it is. You understand that? China has been trying to force loans on Greenlanders. Oh boy, I bet you leftists don't know critical thinking. I bet you they don't know how to use common sense. And I can tell you, when you learn history, you don't have to know everything. I don't remember dates. I don't remember names. I forget those details. But I do know something was not right here. And I know what that was. So I know what they're trying to do today. We are not stupid. We are educated. Whether you like my accent or not, it doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about. Greenlanders, of course, rejected so that they don't owe anything to China, I believe. At least not that I'm aware of. But I do know that China has offered them money so that they become in debt. And when they come in debt and they can pay, they can do whatever the hell they want to Greenlanders. Denmark can do jack squat. Let's not forget that Denmark has already let the Greenlanders down once. If it wasn't for us, we'd be screwed. Please remember another thing. NATO is in jack squat without the United States of America. That's just me. I think that we should make a new NATO. NATO W. NATO W for West. We're in the West. We're on the East. We should acquire every single Latin American country, Canadians, of course, the whole America, North, Central, and South America should be one United Nations. Okay, that's just what I think. I think it'll probably be the best thing to do with us versus them. And if they want to be part of us here, of the Americas, we will allow them. They got to step up to the plate and got to agree with us. Okay? I want to tell you this. I'd rather have the United States of America own all of the North and the South continents of America because I believe that they'll be taken care of over China and Russia. Simple as that. Let's not forget history. If you guys want to keep on being resentful because of history, you should never agree with anything that the Europeans say. Okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and go to our first video here. Let's take a listen to this common sense lacking graduate of the Leering Center girl. Let's see what she says. Let's see what's up.
I am an independent journalist, and I hope that this finds the right audience. For anyone who may not know, there are 3,000 ICE officer agents in Minneapolis right now near the Twin Cities. Half of these officers, if not all, we do not know, have less than 2 months of training.
Now, I would love to know how she knows that. Speculation. I would love to know how she knows that.
But they are given weapons and the authority to use aggressive tactics, and aggressive enforcement.
Only for people that are breaking federal law, impeding or obstructing ICE federal agents is a law enforcement department.
They are dragging people out of their cars. They are dragging people out of their homes. They are stopping children on the way to schools. They are breaking in windows.
Having children on the way to school, I'm against that. If that's happening, I'm against that. There's got to be a better way. They can go to the school, ask for the children. And one of the reasons why they would do that is to keep families together that are being deported. It's a very, very difficult, complex situation because if the parents are known to be criminals, and I mean, I don't know how CPS works, but I'm telling you, if the children are being abused in their homes, I don't think that the ICE is going to want to put them together with their family or their parents. I don't know how that works. So everything she's saying so far is a speculation.
To American citizens. This is not a political issue.
This is why it's important to identify yourself as an American citizen. Got it? I don't understand how stupid do people got to be to say I don't have to tell you I'm an American. Are you out of your damn mind? We were just invaded. Millions and millions of illegal immigrants that look like us. Everybody looks like us. You know why us? Because we're a melting pot in this country. This girl could be an illegal immigrant. We don't know. Blacks look like blacks. Hispanics look like Hispanics. Brown, yeah, whatever you want to call a racist, whatever you want to use. We all look alike in some way or form. Why is it so hard to say, yes, I'm an American citizen? Here's my license, sir. How you doing, sir? Good afternoon, sir. Have some education. Have some education. Yes, sir. My license. No, sir. Yes, sir. Very simple. Blah, 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 ah. Why are you fighting? Shut the hell up. Follow, comply. That's it. Very simple. Follow instructions, comply with the law. If you're one of those retards that believes that you should retaliate for law enforcement because you have these rights of the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and 28 and 100 amendments, you're stupid. You are stupid. You got to be able to collaborate. Let them do their job. It's not hard, people. Very easy. Why is this so hard to say, hey, listen, so here's my license. I don't have my passport, but here's my license. Here's what else you need. What else you need? Okay, you need to scan my face? There you go. Scan my face. Let's see how many faces come out that look exactly like mine. Don't be stupid. Collaborate, help ICE agents. We have been invaded. Again, we have been invaded with illegal aliens, not just hardworking people like you think. It's people that are fleeing their country because they're murderers, gangbangers, they're rapists. They have nothing good in their country, and a lot of them have mixed in with innocent people. Nonetheless, everybody that comes to the border illegally is an illegal alien, meaning from another land. Don't go to UFO on me. Be dumb. That's what that means. So I just think that you guys are asking for trouble. You're not helping. You should. I think it should be an obligation for an American citizen to identify themselves as an American. Wouldn't you be proud to say, yes, sir, I'm an American citizen? Yes, sir. Anything else? Hey, I appreciate what you guys are doing, trying to take all these criminals out of here. I'm trying to get all these illegal immigrants out of this country. I believe that the economy is suffering. I believe that there's jobs that are not being fulfilled. There's a lot of thousands of jobs out there that are fake, not real jobs. People are inflating numbers and this and that. Don't be dumb, guys. Come on. Be honest with yourself. If you're an American citizen, you got nothing to hide. Of course you're going to collaborate. You know what I see on the freeway? I'm going 65 miles an hour. I see fools boom, 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 passing me left and right, passing, passing, passing. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is going on here with these people? Listen, if you're one of those people that like to speed, that's on you. Don't blame the police when they pull your ass over for it. This is what I see on the freeway every single time. And I'm sure you have seen it. Maybe you have done it yourself. I see all the people that pass me. Zoom, 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 zoom. All of a sudden, I'm catching up to them and I'm passing them. But why? There is a police officer going the speed limit. I remember this one time I was driving on the freeway. And this guy's just passed me like a mother, and all of a sudden it's like I see red lights, braking. Then I get close to them, and there's the state patrol driving right there. I'm going 65 miles an hour. I said, they're not going to pull me over. And I start passing everybody slowly. I even passed the state patrol guy. He didn't pull me over. Everybody else, they have to have the state patrol there to drive accordingly. If the state patrol is not there, we like to be reckless. We like to go and break the law. Why would I hide? Why would I be afraid? You're going to pull me over for 5 miles over the speed limit? You can't. You can't. And when he does, he's going to ask me for my license, registration, proof of insurance. By doggone it, I should have that in hand. I should have that with me. I should not be driving the car with a picture of my license. That is not a legal document. You can use that at a club, maybe. That is not a legal document that you're going to give the police officer. You understand? You got to have your damn papers with you at all times. If you got to have your license with you to be able to drive the car, don't you think that you should be able to prove you are an American citizen in this land? This whole shit of I'm an American, I know who I am, doesn't fly. So I'm an American citizen. How many libtards come into my chat and tell me he's not American, he's illegal, we're gonna call ICE? The hell up and listen to your hypocrisy.
This is not a little fantasy or a conspiracy theory. This is real time, right now, in your country in 2026. There is a war on American citizens, not illegal immigrants.
It is on illegal immigrants, but this idiot American citizens, if they are American citizens, they are the ones obstructing, impeding, and assaulting ICE agents. That's why they got to get the ass kicked. Better them than us.
They are lying to you. This account might get banned. They might shadow ban this video. But
you know why you should be banned. You know you should be banned for giving misinformation. He knows it. He knows it. Twitter ain't playing like that. Twitter ain't playing like that. X. Who knows she should be banned for lying? See, everything she said is just makeup or a theory.
But my job as a journalist is to tell you the truth.
Oh, she's a journalist. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
This will bleed over. This will not end in Minnesota. This is not a republic.
This is happening all over the states. This isn't a Minnesota thing. It's been happening. Why are these people always saying, "Oh my God, why you picking? You're so racist. Why you picking a Minnesotans?" Let's be clear. Ilhan Omar, Mayor Fryer, I think that's his name. Tim, governor. All of these mofos are dirty. They're hiding the fact that the fraud that has been happening in Minnesota has been going on for over 10 years, over a decade. They've done nothing to stop it. Ilhan Omar has said nothing but white people are the devil. White people are racist. White people are the problem. White people hate Somalis. This is Ilhan Omar. This is all she has said. And I find that interesting because sometimes I get illegal immigrants that come into this chat and tell me, "Oh, what a sellout. You're a sellout. You're a traitor. You're never going to be white." Well, what the hell? Who's trying to be white? Nobody's trying to be white. What is it when I tell people, what do you see when I say America, the United States of America? What do you see? You know what the first thing that racist people say? White people. But when I ask white people, not racist, what do you see when I say the United States of America? You know what? I see brave people. I see family people. I see Americans that are people that are trying to make a good living and support their families. They don't tell me I see white people. I see black people. Don't, don't. That's the mentality that I hate. I hate the ignorance. Ignorance in people that even though you tell them, even though you teach them, even though you point them in the right direction, You just want to go to the same damn thing. It's like when you tell your child, hey, don't touch the burner. It's hot. It's hot. Oh, they get burned. Some of them learn, go again, They go again, and they go, and they just never learn. Those who can learn will move on in life and become successful and become somebody. Those who leer in life are going to be Democrats or they're just not going to accomplish anything in life. See what I'm saying? Okay, I threw that in there.
Republican versus Democrat. This is a fucking authoritative administration versus you. And if you get in the way, they will kill you.
Wow. No wonder she thinks she's going to be banned. Now I understand. Just so you know, I have not watched these clips that I'm showing you, okay? I just found the titles informative or attractive.
They will maim you. They will traumatize you.
They will maim you. Okay, they will traumatize you. I got that. Remember this, guys. Remember, traumatize you. Remember that, please. Remember that. If you just join me, don't leave. We will get to this. Remember, she says they will traumatize you. Oh, it's beautiful. You can't make this up. It's so easy for me to comment on this. Let's go ahead and let her have another 30 seconds of her little speech.
This is our country. That was the whole point of ICE in the first place, is to keep it our country. Now there is a war on us. Please stop underreacting, but also feel confident and guided and directed. You are not alone. Comment.
She says she's a CNN. Say I'm a journalist trying to tell the truth. Shut the hell up. Tell the truth then.
Under this video. You are not alone. More people need to see this.
Okay, more people need to see that video. I don't think so. I want you to look at this right here. This, my friends. I want you to look at this. There's a reason why I'm telling you to look at this. Listen, that lady right there, I keep forgetting her name, but I know she's Indian. She is from here, from Washington State. Better turn this AC up a little bit because I'm starting to sweat all over now. She is from Washington State. And I think she's a moron. Yes, if I become a governor, I will tell her to her face. Um, Listen to who she's talking to. I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something. This is the title, okay, number one of my repost. Standing up for corruption is not the American way. And this lady, I misspelled that. This lady is a problem in Washington State. We know Governor Bob Ferguson from Washington State had meetings with Tampon Tim Walls. And all of a sudden, we also have Somali Baker healthcare clinics corruption. Why is that? Why is that? Well, you guys already know this guy is guilty as a motherfucker. He's not going to run for governor again because he knows he's in trouble. He's screwed. Matter of fact, there's some hearings that I haven't played with you guys, but I have seen myself. And maybe one of these mornings, I'm going to go ahead and play a hearing for you. It's been going on for a week, 2 weeks, but they're actually pretty good. So one of these mornings, I'm going to get up, grab my cup of coffee, and I'm going to go ahead and just stream these hearings. But let's take a listen to her.
Hey, I'm here with Governor Tim Walz in Minnesota. We are so excited that we have 28 members of Congress from all over the country here to stand up with you, Governor. You have been such a strong champion to say that what is happening in Minnesota is absolutely not right. Tell us.
Well, Congressman, thank you, and to everybody out there across the country, thank you for standing with Minnesota. We're here today in beautiful, peaceful St. Paul, a place that we care for our neighbors, we care for everyone. This assault that we're seeing is traumatic, but what I keep telling Minnesotans, we're not alone in this fight. We're on the right side of justice, the right side of history. Please keep thinking of Minnesota. Send us your thoughts, prayers, and any help you can. And a huge thank you to members of Congress who are actually doing the job. In a few short months, this will be Madam Chair, and we'll start straightening this country out.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
In a few months, This will be Madam Chair. I want you to understand what just happened. You see, everything that these Democrats, they're not Democrats, by the way, but this is how they identify. Oh, that's perfect. They're not Democrats, but they identify as Democrats. It makes total sense to me. I don't know who else gets that. Tan, I see your name. I'm sorry I'm not reading the comments on the chat because they're here and I'm looking at the laptop, obviously. I am in Honduras. If you haven't noticed, well, you haven't noticed because I'm just inside a house right now. But for all of you who are members, you will see some Honduras in just a little bit. Let me see. Um, it's not raining. I'm waiting for my brother to come back. I don't think I'm gonna. I'm gonna try not to put my family and friends over here on video. We'll try to just show you Honduras. But if they get in the camera, I'm sure they'll be okay with it. I want you to understand what happens here. They have 28 members that support this guy with his fraud. And what is the key thing to take out of this from her supporting him? Pretty soon, she will be the next chair. You're supporting a criminal. I am going to be assuming, because it's not just I say so. There is over $19 billion, over $20 billion now, I heard, the latest. There has been people arrested. So it's not just a myth. It's not just assumption. It's not just theory. People have already been arrested because of the fraud. That tells me that fraud is real. It's happening. Now, putting fraud aside, what ICE agents are doing has nothing to do with the fraud. But they're using this fraud thing to distract everybody, the ICE agent thing, to distract everybody from the fraud. It's nothing to do about racism. I think that if you say, SoCal, oh my God, this guy, you just never freaking learn, dude. Number one, President Trump has never been convicted of any of those crimes that they have alleged on him. None. Not even the 34 felonies that you guys keep saying. None. He was clear of all of that. He had the title felon, yes, he went to jail. That's it. They got nothing on him. You understand? Would say it crystal clear. Nothing. He is not a felon of 34 felonies like you guys claim. He was cleaned of all that. You guys are so stupid. I can't believe that after so long, after seeing everything that's happening right now in our country and throughout the world, you guys are still retarded enough to stay on the left. I don't get it. SoCal, I don't think there's any hope for you, my friend. I think your opinion has stopped having meaning to me. Yeah. You know what? I am the reason why it pisses me off that you made that stupid ass comment is because here in Washington State, I know that the governor of Washington State himself has said it. He said, we're going to go ahead and add another $2.5 billion in taxes, income tax, state tax, which is illegal in Washington against the Constitution, by the way, to people that make over $1 million or more. Small businesses that have 20 people make more than that. That doesn't mean that they're making millions of dollars in profit. This guy's a moron. Here's the catch. It says, this time we will make sure that we know exactly where the money is going. You know why he say that? Because they don't know where $9.5 billion went. They lost it. That's right. They lost it. This is why the DOJ is making an investigation on them. And this is what the Attorney General or the governor is fighting them in court, trying to block, block, block. But you know what? They can only block for so much before they get audited for real. And what pisses me off is that you keep saying that Trump is a felon, which he's not. Not according to what you think. It's just by title. He's not guilty of any of those things. He's been clear from every single thing, every allegation. So you can think whatever the hell you want. I know what I know, and I know what I see, and I know what I'm going to be fighting for. With that being said, this one right here is in Washington State. She has defended illegal criminals every single time. For once, I would like to hear a comment from a leftist saying, I want all illegal immigrants out of here. Period. Robert, you're still the stream boss because nobody else has put super chats to take you off of there. Oh, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the next one. This one says, uh, they think this is Somalia. Why are they so racist towards white people? That this is my comment on my post. Peter Strong, white supremacists aren't welcome here. We protect our own. I like how they have just Somalis on there. Isn't that funny? We protect our own. We're not protecting American citizens. We're protecting only the Somali people. Doesn't that piss you off as an American? It should piss you off. As an American, it should piss you off. It pisses me off. Morons gotta go. Deport all of these motherfuckers. Now, we're gonna go ahead and listen to this. Listen to this, okay? This kid, well, he's a grown man now. I'm sure he's under oath. I'm sure he's lying under oath. I hope that he gets punished for it. Listen to this. The whistles. I want you to concentrate on this part. The whistles and honking are making his heart beat fast. Now, what's creating the chaos? ICE agents doing their job, or the actual agitators, insurrectionists that are out there making a simple investigation, very, what's the word, violent environment. Let's take a listen.
I am a 20-year-old U.S. citizen. My family is Somali, and when I was 6 or 7 years old, my family arrived in the United States as refugees from Ethiopia.
Talking of criminality while supporting a felon, he was convicted in New York. Those are facts. He wasn't cleared of anything. They are facts as well. The convictions were all dropped, my friend. All of them. All of them. He has nothing on his record except what you and I will probably have on the record. False accusations doesn't mean actual convictions. You know how much time he did in jail? How much was his sentencing? If he was convicted, as you think, how much time did he serve in jail?
8 months after arriving in the United States, we moved to Minnesota. I became a naturalized citizen in 2019 along with my parents and my siblings, but my citizenship did not protect. I am a 20-year-old U.S. citizen. My family is Somali, and when I was 6 or 7 years old, my family arrived in the United States.
When I was 6 or 7 years old, I can tell you in 1989, when I came to this country, I was 13 years old. When I was 6 or 7 years old, he's now 20 years old. That puts him at 14 years in this country. 14 years in this country. He's an American citizen now. Okay, that's good.
As refugees from Ethiopia.
So refugees from Ethiopia, he said. Okay. So you came here at 6 years old. It's a refugee. It means a temporary asylum. Refugees, right? Temporary. I believe the refugees are temporary. All of a sudden, he's been here for over 14 years, temporary, and becoming a citizen. Okay.
8 months after arriving in the United States, we moved to Minnesota. I became a naturalized citizen in 2019 along with my parents and my siblings, but my citizenship did not protect me from being physically detained and hurt by ICE agents. A man wearing a ski mask and a police-style vest entered the vehicle and quickly walked towards me. The man did not say stop or identify himself. I turned to walk away, hoping he would leave me alone. The man quickened his pace, grabbed me forcefully, and pushed me into a restaurant. And
Pushed him into a restaurant. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know how low your IQ is, but he saw ICE agents. 20 years old. He's not stupid. He saw the ICE agents. Instead of stopping, trying to cooperate with them, okay, he speed up. He speed up. Okay, and then they say they pushed him into a restaurant. I'm assuming outside. I don't think inside. Okay, but they didn't verify. They didn't identify themselves. They never told him to stop. Okay.
And asked, "Why are you running from me?" I was not running. I was just walking away because I did not want to talk to him. I knew that ICE agents had been targeting people.
So he knew there was ICE agents targeting people, right? So again, he didn't walk away because he didn't recognize them. He assumed, even though he says he's denying it, he assumed that there were ICE agents. So he decided to walk faster. Why? If somebody's at Home Depot and they yell "La migra," immigration, "La migra," why would I run? Why would I run? I'm a citizen. I'll stay right there. He decides to run. Pay attention to what he says because it is very important.
People that look like me. I immediately started repeating over and over again, "I'm a citizen, I'm a citizen, I'm a citizen." But the agent did not stop to look at my ID. As second ICE agent entered the restaurant, they dragged me outside and put me into a headlock on the ground. I repeated, "I'm a citizen, I have an ID." The agent kept saying, "That don't matter, that don't matter." The officer also kept telling me that they were going to take me in if I did not let them scan my face. One of the officers pulled out his phone and threatened to push a button and call for transfer.
I will say this: there is no facts on what he's saying. There is no witness of what he's saying. He's reading off a script. This guy looks like the guy that got arrested in Minnesota on the ice, where people were blocking the car from taking off. Who was resisting arrest. Now they all look alike. To be honest, I'm sorry, but it's not being racist. They all look alike. Some of them got crossed eyes, left eye this way, right eye that way, and whatever. But they all look alike. It's very hard to determine who these people really are. The least they can do is stop, identify themselves, and you know what? Go on your way. Congratulations. But he didn't. He ran away.
At that point, there were 3 ICE agents with me in the car. My back hurt from when I was put in a headlock on the ground, and the handcuffs were extremely tight on my wrist. Each time I asked the agent, "Can you please loosen the handcuffs?" he would squeeze my hands. After about half an hour, the ICE agent drove me to their office near Fort Snelling. When we arrived, they forced me to take the face scan. When we got into the building, the agents took the handcuffs off me and put shackles on my ankles. Before searching me, I asked for water. They said no. Then an employee told me I was getting deported. I again insisted I was a citizen and that I could show proof of it on my phone. I showed a picture of my passport card to a woman at the ICE office. She took a picture of my passport card and then searched for my name in the criminal database. Eventually, she said, "Kick him out." In the neighborhood in which I work, I hear screaming all the time. Coming from encounters with federal immigration agents, I also hear whistles and honking all the time. When I hear these things, my heart starts beating really fast. And
Here you go. So, who are really the criminals in Minnesota? ICE agents don't go around making noise. He's got anxiety problems because of all the noise that this supposedly citizens protesting ICE are making. Whistles and honking all the time, he says. Makes my heart beat too fast. Gives him anxiety. So by the time the ICE agents come by, this guy, it's already set to refuse to cooperate. That is the difference. You see what I'm saying? It is the agitators that are making everybody feel violated. It is the agitators that are making it look like ICE agents are the demons on the street. Let's not get it twisted. We know the truth. We know these people, what they do. Now, I'm going to warn you, because this clip, you may have seen it. I'm going to tell you something. This should really, really bother you. I'm not saying it for you to go be violent. That's not why I'm saying that. I am saying it in hopes that any libtard that comes into my chat gets to see what happens when they keep pushing that agenda. And I know you guys have heard this World War II coming in. I mean, this Civil War II coming in. I feel it. I feel the reason for it. Take a look at this. I'm going to try to make the screen big. This is one of the guys that has stood up against Somali Muslims, against Muslims trying to kick white Christians out of the Muslim communities and cities. I think this is the guy from Michigan, I believe. I want you to understand this is their way of protesting. See, the leftists, the agitators, the insurrectionists, they like to blame us for January 6th every single time they get a chance. But look at all these libtards, all these retards and Antifa people in here. It is a problem. I actually made an angry comment. I'm going to read it. President Trump, where the hell are you? Do not let these fucking morons get away with this. That's how I feel about it. So when SoCal comes on here and starts telling me that I'm protecting a felon, look at the sign, pedo protectors. This is what the leftist people do. I'm telling you, it. Part of me wants to say some stuff. The other part of me is just saying, you know what? Let's just hope things change. You see this young man? He was hurt. He was stabbed. This is an American standing up for his right, standing up for his country. All these mentally handicapped people, all these mentally ill people hurt him, stab him. What do you think they're asking for? What do you think they're asking for? How does that make you feel? I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. They're creating chaos to a point where there's going to be no return. So I am pissed off at President Donald Trump. Listen to me. I don't care how much these idiots on the left fight for. The National Guard needs to be sent to every blue state and city. 100% martial law these mofos. Martial law them because they are getting worse and worse and worse. These guys are not talking anymore. They are being violent. Let's go ahead and recap what the libtards are. Socialist, Marxist, communists, the most dangerous combination of ideologies that this country and any country in the world can face. Look at the mob. That's a lynching mob. You think this is not going to make him, maybe some of the friends that see this, come out with weapons and start just taking people left and right out? Horrible. Who stands for that? I don't stand for that. That's crazy. Why would Americans have to pay this price for illegal immigrants? I don't care where you see me, how you see me. You can call me a traitor, a sellout, coconut, whatever you want. But F you. I want my American people to be respected. I want to point this out here for you. This guy says, what kind of a man calls a woman a fucking bitch after shooting her in the face? Well, I had a question for that question. What kind of a woman tries to run over a man? Fucking bitch. You can play this both ways. My honest reaction. It was a mistake that these protesters are making daily. Sometimes it would lead to these things, unfortunately. You will have this outcome. You see it the way the left people think. I'm telling you, I get sick to my stomach when I get too much left fatigue. I listen to these guys and I'm just like, are you serious, bro? You like seriously. The problem, guys, is I got like 100 people on here. We got thousands of people on their lives, on their streaming. Thousands of people on their streaming. I'm just thinking, so who's doing the bad job here? Am I just not doing it enough? Do I gotta continue to do this all day, every day? And I have something different to share. It seems like there's nothing different to share. Why? Because they don't stop. You want us to stop the whole American spirit, but they don't stop the whole illegal, hateful spirit on Americans. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to stand up. That's why I do this. Check this out. I'm going to change gears a little bit. Check this video from PDP, on PBD, from a while back, but check this out.
By the way, I want to tell you a crazy story.
Yeah.
My graphic designer in my company, I was in Woodland Hills, California. You know Woodland Hills, California. You may know Woodland Hills. Die-hard Obama guy.
Yeah.
Armenian guy, grew up in Venezuela, liberal family, so he's supporter of it. Remember the day the White House dropped the birth certificate on their website?
Mm-hmm. I do.
He calls me, he says, can you come into my office? I said, what's up? He says, this is not a birth certificate. I said, what do you mean? He says, Pat, let me show you. He gets on there. He says, this is all layered.
Yeah.
So he himself was a Obama guy.
They left the layers in the file.
They left the layers
in the file, right? And the thing is, actually, Barack Obama is perfectly eligible to be president under this theory, right? He was born to two American parents, Stanley N. Dunham and Frank Marshall Davis. He was born, absolutely no question, in America, probably in Seattle. And then they basically went through this ridiculous foo-for-all to get a black exchange student to pretend to be his father.
Wow. Wow. I'm not going to show you guys that. All right. Okay. Let me read some comments now. Let me read some comments. Let's see. SoCal says they shouldn't have been there in the first place. Sure. I'm not sure who you're talking about. If you're talking about ICE, they need to be everywhere. Pink 29, I think, says the problem is people like you, they have the answers. Which answers are you looking for? See, truth is in the eye of the beholder, just like beauty, right? Right. So if you want to challenge me on that, by all means, call the number on the pin. Call the number. If you're in the United States of America, it should be free to you. So go ahead and call that number. I want you to go ahead and teach me. Teach me what I don't know, master. If you don't call me a savior, there's only one savior. There's nothing wrong with Trump calling people to come and protest peacefully. How come you don't say that same shit against Tim Walz? How come you don't say that same shit that the Democrats also said, like President Donald Trump? Why don't you call that out? See that? That's the problem when you leftist people. You hate Trump so much, you can see the truth even if it hits you in the face. Every single thing that Trump has said and done, Democrats have actually said and done and brought violence. President Trump doesn't stand for that shit. He doesn't do martial law against American citizens. He does it against criminals to protect American citizens. And that's not martial law, by the way. Just deploying the National Guard for protection. Martial law is something different. That's what you guys claim. That is martial law. I know Cape Dog is a member, but that's because it's a guy gave some free memberships out there. Send them, send the Marines. God bless the United States of America, says Deborah. Love President Trump, eyes in our military. I agree with you 100%. It says if you're president, it's becoming less and less palatable for the American voter. Sorry, your dream dad is losing. I don't know what the hell you're saying, Kev. Tim Walz call for succession. Tim Walz is just a dumbass. Guys, hey Dennis, thanks for the great Hummer you gave me yesterday. I don't know what the hell you said there, bro. If you're trying to be sarcastic, try again. Uh, I don't know what you're saying, bro. You guys make no sense right now. No. Man says, I want to see Frey handcuffed and walk. 100%. J6, SoCal, how many times are we going to touch this event, bro? I even gave you libtards the whole speech. Not once did he go and incite violence. You know what the difference between Trump speech and January 6th? When you listen to the whole speech, it's not what BBC edited. It's not what you saw on the social media or YouTube or CNN and all these other leftist media. But you know who does actually tell people to retaliate? Let me see. How about Mayor Fryer from Minnesota? ICE, get the fuck out of my city. Huh? ICE is not a real law enforcement. Huh? How about Tim Walz calling them the Gestapo? How about Tim Walz calling them to go out there and march peacefully, protest? And then they say, put your bodies in front of them. Nothing is going to happen until there is bloodshed. President Trump has never said that. Not once have I seen one comment here from you, SoCal, saying that. Condemn those motherfuckers if that's what you're saying. Yeah, no, I don't think so, homie. Try to send 10,000 National Guard in there, and the Democrats decided to say no. You know why? Because it came from President Donald Trump. So I don't give a shit about this January 6th anymore. You guys are full of it. You understand that? Yeah. The guy in Minneapolis threw out on Saturday spent 5 years in prison for beating cops with a baseball bat. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lunchbox. January 6th was not necessary to show force. Let me tell you something. As much as rednecks and Americans love the Second Amendment, do you think that they will go into the Capitol with no weapons? Their job, if their goal was to kill all these people, or do whatever the hell you think it was going to happen in that insurrection, you think they would just go out there with a sign? No, they'd be out there with all their guns. They'd be out there declaring civil war and be like, no, you guys bitch and complain about democracy, but you guys are cheated. Every day, more and more, we started to see those cheaters coming out. More ballots and more ballots coming out. More dishonest voter fraud being discovered. Thousands and hundreds of thousands of dead voters are being thrown out. You know what? It's not going to happen again. We need to continue talking about that. I'm going to tell you something. If President Donald Trump was trying to incite them, he wouldn't have said go in there and protest peacefully. He didn't tell them get into the Capitol and get in there and break in. He didn't say that. But you Democrats have actually said that. You guys have actually said nothing's going to happen until this bloodshed. You guys allow for these retard protesters to say, save our life, kill ICE. You guys allow that. You guys allow all this hard violence on other American citizens and law enforcement. The only thing that you can bring up is January 6th. Let's talk about January 6th. All of you morons actually incited this violence by letting them cheat on the election. Ashley Abbott, let's go ahead and let's talk about Ashley. Shut in the face by a coward police officer in the Capitol. A woman that is was probably 100 pounds. No car, no motorcycle, no vehicle, no weapon. You dumbass retards on the left protect him, defend him. Yet you want to crucify the ICE agent that was actually being ran over by a car. Shot that woman. Has been following them all day. She's known to be a leader agitator for these protesters. Who do you think is telling the truth and who's lying? Dare you come over here and insult my intelligence? Bunch of libtards. That is crazy. Quinn Martin, oh, thank you for the super there, buddy. Quinn Martin says Trump never said the word resist like Tim Walz. Absolutely. That is right. 100%. This is what I'm talking about. If the leftists come in here and start hating on us like we're the ones that are lying. Right. No, sir. If the governor doesn't want it, hold on. We got a call. Here we go. Hey, who's calling? Hey, oh shit. You better behave. I'll hang up on you all the way from Honduras. What do you have to say? You better behave. What do you want to say?
You're Christian. I'm a Christian.
You sure? Are you sure? Yeah. You sure you're a Christian? Just because you call a Christian doesn't mean you're a Christian. Remember that. How do we know Christians? By their fruits you shall know them. Tell me what fruits you have that are the same as mine so that you can call me a Christian brother. Show me your fruits. What do you stand for? Do you? What are you helping on? Do you help them to behave and respect the law of the land which God has commanded us to follow? No, you don't. So don't call me a brother when you defend evil. Call me a brother when you defend the righteous. Illegal immigrants, violence, Democrats. You keep making excuses for them to do all this. Because you have been saying it on the chat. No, don't give me bullshit, bro. Brian, I have given you many chances to be honest with me and to be respectful, but no. Every time that you made a comment, you have been hella rude. You have been lying in your comments. You have been and you have been raising false testimony against my character. So don't call me brother if you stand for evil. This is my show. I'm not gonna sit here and argue. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm so pissed off about how many freaking Americans are allowing the United States of America to be destroyed. Like illegal immigrants and criminals all over the nation. You can't stand for the freedom and the safety of American citizens. Don't call me your brother because you think you're a Christian. I said this before. My family, my brothers and sisters are those who stand to respect the law, believe in God, truly believe in God, and those who want what's right for the people in this country. I don't understand what's so hard. So hard to understand. The moment that you stand against me when it comes to illegal immigration, you're not my brother. That's just the way it is. You know why? Because you're not my blood related. You're not in person with me. So when let me explain, because I say this. My brother and my brother-in-law disagrees with me on the illegal immigration. He disagrees with me because he feels that everybody is being persecuted. And I tell him that it's not everybody. Coming in first of all, everybody should be deported that is illegal. Second, they're coming in specifically, or they're coming in for specific people. I show you in the video at the beginning. The first ICE agent said, "We are here to pick up a rapist, and you're over here honking and blowing whistles. You're impeding, obstructing justice. You don't get it." So if you believe that you stand for breaking the law, which my brother-in-law doesn't, he understands that I know that they need to be deported. Does he want them to? Of course not. That's where we disagree, and I understand that. The fact is that he acknowledges that the law is the law, and it needs to be respected. But he personally, emotionally, he doesn't want them to be deported, and I understand that. At the end of the day, we know the law is the law, and it needs to be followed. See, Brian has been giving me so many negative comments and shit comments, raising false testimony against my character, against my person. And I don't appreciate that. And for Judas to come over here and tell me that he's my brother, I take offense to that. How about first you tell me that you are my friend, or you want to be, because my friends don't throw me through the hell. My friends will actually respect me. My friends will actually try to gain my favor so that I can understand where they come from. So don't call me brother, but you don't stand for anything that I stand for. It's a big difference. I don't play that shit. I know that everybody on the chat agrees with me on the side. So you want to call in, come in here and say, "Oh, hey, Sister Trinity, shut the hell up. You're not her brother. You stand against us. You believe on theories, not facts." I got a lot of theories, my friend. But no, don't call me. Matter of fact, if you guys are going to call me, don't block your number. Otherwise, I'm not going to answer the phone. He knows. He blocked his number for a reason. He knows I already know his number. You are not welcome to call my show, bro. Not at all. Not one bit. I want to play this for you. Sure, you guys seen this. Listen to this.
Terrible. It's terrible. What are they pulling around? Look at that. Let everybody see this. Is this an investigation of domestic terrorism, or is this a civil rights matter? This guy Thompson is hugely regarded, highly regarded. Yes. Stanford educated. He's the prosecutor who said that Biden screwed up with the documents, but that he was too senile in a sense to prosecute him. But he's like the hero of the Twin Cities, Thompson. Everybody likes him, and now he and his entire senior staff are quitting. The federal prosecutors in Minneapolis, let me say it again, have quit. They just quit. So they have made, those prosecutors have made their judgment about what you're seeing. Those prosecutors, federal prosecutors, have seen this and said, wait a second. This is a civil rights matter that we have to probe. A 37-year-old mother is dead. What we're seeing here, this bullying, just, I don't know how you could see this and think that sending 2,000 ICE agents into the city, 2,000 ICE agents, and there's only 600 local cops in Minneapolis. 600 cops police Minneapolis daily all year long.
Tell her, move along.
600.
Almost
Hey,
like,
2,000
what do you think
beds
is going to happen? And the answer is what we're watching.
What do you think is going to happen? This is what's going to happen.
Now, what I post that, I reposted that Because this is the full video. Move. First of all, this is the kind of lip tarts that I get in my chat. This is why I don't like you, Brian 98. He said, this idiot here says, don't touch her car. They can throw rocks at ICE agent vehicles. Huh? They can break their windshields. They can go in there and do all this violence against ICE agents. You're okay with it? I'm not okay with it at all. They told her to move along. Do you see any cars blocking the way? Do you see any cars at all? No. It's an open way for her to just drive through. She wants to obstruct federal ICE agents, and this moron comes over here and says, don't touch her car. I don't think so, homie. You get in the way, you get removed. It's very simple. This is the whole video. And all the libtards, they just watch CNN, AMC, MS Now, whatever the hell the name is now. They watch all this news. They just watch that one clip, the angle from the other car. There's no room for her to go anywhere. They're sick and tired of these agitators, insurrectionists. You say, well, insurrectionist, why is that an insurrection? What do you think she's doing in there? She's inserting herself between the ICE agents and their investigation. She's impeding.
Hey, back the fuck up!
And this is the angle that they promote. Right here. It looks like there's a lot of cars, nowhere to go. ICE agents are being violent, all this other stuff. They're still telling her to move, move. You don't want it? Too late. The reason why she doesn't want to go is because our people are protecting her and yelling, confusing her. That's the problem. I don't stand for that crap. I don't stand for that. These people are out here just trying to make videos so that everybody watches them. Oh, here we are watching them. But they don't care about justice. Democrats don't care about justice. They just want to have the ICE agents get caught red-handed. That's it. Look at that. This is what she gets carried out. I've been beat up by police before. I'm disabled. I'm trying to go to the doctor. I don't believe you, and I don't think you are trying to get to the doctor because when they told you to keep moving, you didn't want to go anywhere. Well, now you get arrested. Well, she's an autistic and disabled person as well now. Every single white liberal woman in there, all emotionally destroyed. They got no common sense, and you got this weak ass man over here, so weak, they're over here talking like a liberal woman, even though they can never be women.
Why don't you help someone? All you do is hurt. All you do is hurt. She's trying to drive down the street. Fucking where is the law?
Oh, look, he can actually drive the car away.
Let her go!
She can actually, you can, he drove the car away. She had a way to drive through. But that's not what the legacy media shows you guys. See what I'm saying? Now, I know some of these other YouTuber and content creators that are on the left come in through my channel just as well as I go through their channel, but they act like their truth is the truth. How about if you show me a video, show me the whole video. Don't just show me a clip where ICE agents are just dragging somebody to the ground, just like the guy. You think I'm going to believe the guy didn't try to resist arrest? He was just innocently walking down the block. He didn't do anything. He didn't run away. You think I'm going to believe that? When I've seen all of these people, even if it was true, how can you even believe them when they act like this? See what I'm saying? You have no credibility. You have no credibility. Crazy. You said Tampon Tim is a good governor. You blame Trump for his words, and you don't blame Tampon Tim at all. I don't care if you don't like me calling them names. It is what it is. You call my president a felon, rapist, and whatever. I know he's not. Shut the hell up when I put names on your governors.
I've not used inflammatory terms of what happened.
All right, stop the tape. Yes, you have, Governor. A few months ago, you called ICE the modern-day Gestapo. Let's just talk about where you are right now. You're in the Emergency Operations Center in Blaine. You're wearing your little emergency operations jacket that they give you. That alone is inflaming things. You're having a press conference about jurisdiction of a prosecution. You don't need to be in the Emergency Management Center. You use words like we're at war with the federal government. The federal government's at war with Minnesota. That's inflammatory. You said today that you want the president to stop sending troops to Minnesota. There are no troops in Minnesota from President Trump. That's inflammatory. And lastly, you accused Kristi Noem of being judge, jury, and basically executioner. That is extremely inflammatory language.
Got that? See what news we have from the underground. Everyone in tech who supported Trump in 2024, now would be a good time to reconsider the parallel to the early stages of Germany's darkest history were becoming hard to ignore. Becoming hard to ignore. To be clear, Trump is not Hitler. What is this shit? Trump is not Hitler. But look at the intimidation, normalizations of violence, centralization of power, threats against other nations. That Trump is less evil and less racist than Hitler shouldn't reassure us. Time to call out the emperor's clothes. I refuse to believe that anyone in the right mind can deny that Trump is a narcissistic, egomaniacal, incompetent, corrupt, and deeply immoral person. Fantastic. Great speech. Great talk. This guy says, you literally live in Germany, man. Perhaps some introspection is in order. People in tech support Trump are narcissists, egomaniacal, corrupt, and deeply immoral themselves. Perhaps just release the Epstein files. Of course. Why not? Brett Matter movement. You know about the institute? Oh, dude, I don't know. That's German. I don't know what the hell that is. That's crazy, man. All right, what we got here? Trump accuses Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar of using ICE protests to distract from massive state fraud. That's just obvious. Everybody knows that. Scott Besson says fight for the Arctic is real. Greenland essential to the national security. There we go. It's a post. There is $19 billion in Minnesota Somalia fraud. Congress want. I agree. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, a constant complainer who hates the USA. I know that, and I wish somebody on the left actually put a comment down about what they think about Ilhan Omar, and I want to see if they're actually honest. So, Cal, you can go ahead and give me your opinion on Ilhan Omar. Let's see what that is. We'll see what that is. Give me your opinion on Ilhan Omar, and we'll see if we pick up the phone. USA knows everything here there is to know. He should be in jail or even a worse punishment, sent back to Somalia, considered one of the absolutely worst countries in the world. She could help to make Somalia great again. I don't think so. She is already part of the pirates. By the way, she likes to call President Donald Trump a pirate. I find that very ironic. Very ironic. But yeah, you know what? Whatever. U.S. ambassador reveals how the slot UN budget. Never seen anything like it. Oh, let's see. Is there a story behind this or what? I don't. There's no story. UN's bloated bureaucracy has long siphoned taxpayer dollars into unaccountable programs that fail mandates, withholding U.S. funding until reform slashes budget by 15%, cut staff by 18%, and reduce peace, peacekeeping forces by 25% isn't radical. Basic fiscal sanity. I'm going to say it again. You know, the UN, NATO, all these people, they're useless, man. The UN is useless. That's crazy. They are useless. The United Nations are useless. A bunch of cowards that are running the stupid organization. What is this?
Here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
No, we're pressed.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
Got that? Oh, we're pressed. Yeah, whatever. You're pressed, whatever. Unbelievable. Oh, here we go. Some police violence. Oh shit, trying to fight him. Yep. Good night. So, how many of you think that she should be able to fight the police officer and not get punched in the face? Yeah, no, she got that. Arrest Jonathan. These guys are stupid. All right, let's see. Let me read a couple of comments on here. You guys don't know I'm over here in Honduras, and you're still telling me that my passport is fake. I'm going to be arrested by ICE. Let's still talk about the ballroom. Let's see. Trinity says the ballroom cost us nothing, unlike all the other presidents' remodels, spending billions, renting expensive party tents and staff off-site. Revenue isn't fiscally responsible. Site venues, sorry. Site venues isn't fiscally responsible. Okay, that makes more sense. You see what you want to see. Sure. That's what I say about you guys. That's what I say about the leftists. I mean, the leftists can say the same thing about us. That's fine. Black Panthers are back. Let's go. Okay. I don't think you know that Black Panthers are actually racist. They push and shove and act like nothing is going to happen. Prices have never been higher than today. Really, Monica? I don't know if you live in a blue state or city or whatever the hell it is that you live on. If you're retarded enough to make that comment, you're not very bright.
Stop resisting! Get off me! Oh! Don't touch me again! I have rights! Damn it! Bente, you hear me? Run! He left. Man, don't...
Guy, by the way. See, that's what people want. Right here. This is AI, by the way. This is not real. This is what people want. People want this. Let go of me, assault the officer. That's what people want on the left. Well, don't play that game. I want to say, guys, hey, if you guys have been with me here today, believe me, it's very uncomfortable. It's not the same. It's my house. I miss it. I do thank you for coming in. Thanks for hitting the like on the button. Appreciate it. I know this is not the best. So used to using my monitors and all this stuff. This laptop is so small. My eyes are struggling. But nonetheless, we'll go ahead and keep you updated. I'm going to see today if I can get out and record a little bit. Not sure if I can because I am alone today. I won't get to see my family until later tonight. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to have to start making some videos just for members only. Guys, if you've been here with me this long, thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you for being here with me. Bless you. God bless your families and God bless the USA. See you soon.